Hello everyone, this is IELTS Speaking Test Part 3. Hello, my name is Agustinus. As your examiner today, what can I call you?
Just Lala.
Alright, in this part, I will ask you some questions that are related to previous topic. The first question is, why do most people get insecure?
I think this is a phase that occurs when humans grow up. Because when they were children, they never getting overthinking. And then they meet a new someone in a new environment when they were grow up. And they start to compare themselves with others who are uh, more beauty or more smart from them. For example, like body image or ability, maybe.
And the second one is how insecurity develop in a person, the process.
I think one of the most common is criticism from others. For example, like when we do something that we think is good, but there are someone who criticize our work, and then we think about it so much, and we will believe that what someone said is true, then we will feel insecure about our abilities.
And the third question is, do you think having insecurity is normal?
For me, it's totally normal. Because as a human being, having doubt is a common thing.
Right. And then let's talk about the imagination. What will happen if a person cannot overcome their insecurities?
In my opinion, someone who cannot deal with their insecurities, they are will not be able to move on, which is they will stuck and never feel secure in themselves.
All right. And the last question for you is how to deal with insecurity according to your path.
Never thinking about what people said, because the only one we have to believe in ourselves. If there's someone give you advice, just take the best advice and discard the advice that make you feel hurt. Tell yourself that you are good enough, you can, you're valid, and you deserve better.
All right. Thank you, Lala. Your answer is great.
Thank you, Agustinus, for your question. Hello, my name is Zahrotul Fadilla as your examiner today. What can I tell you?
Just Agus.
Okay, Agus. In this part, I will ask you some questions related to previous topic. So the first question is, do you think today's children's lives are the same as your childhood?
All right. It's totally different. Children today are more individualistic. They prefer to watch movies, videos, or playing games on smartphones rather than playing with friends. In fact, children in the village who used to love playing traditional games now smartphone as their friends all the time. My childhood was filled with games and activities that were very far from smartphones, let alone the internet. To do schoolwork, for example, only search from books. Unlike now, it can be done easily via the internet.
Okay. Is childhood memories influence people's behavior in the future?
I think childhood memories, be it happy or sad, greatly affect the formation of a person's character as an adult. That is because the child will go through several stages of development, one of which is imitation. At this stage, the child will see and imitate what he sees. especially when talking about feelings which are sometimes difficult to know whether the child is in a depressed state or okay. This means that if the child sees or feels pleasant atmosphere, for example, then the character form will be the same as what he feels. On the other hand, a child or childhood had to witness parental fights, for example, then it is not impossible that the child will have the character of an angry, rebellious person because he imitates his parents.
Wow, that's interesting. Which is more is important, having pleasant childhood or having a pleasant future?
I think actually this question is quite confusing for me because both are equally important. A fine childhood is very important because it affects the behavior of children in the future, as I have described previously. Likewise, having a good future is certainly everyone's dream, right? However, if I had to choose, I would choose a happy childhood because a happy childhood can be a determining factor for the future. For example, a child who is raised with violence can create a strong character in the child and can leave certain traumas behind. It is possible that their future will also be full of violence, but it should be noted that a happy childhood doesn't mean pampering the child, but shaping the child's character well as a provision for his future in an effective way without going through violence that can cause trauma.
Okay, the next question. What characteristics of parents influence children's good behavior?
Good parents for me are not parents who give or do everything their children ask for because but parents who try to do or give the best for their children by not only emphasizing selfishness. Every child certainly has certain desires that they ask parents to fulfill, right? But sadly, many parents actually obey him without considering the effect. If allowed to continue, this will give birth to a spoiled character in the child, which is not impossible to continue until the child becomes an adult.
So, what do you think about a statement said that children need many toys in their childhood in order to make them happy?
All right. In my opinion, children need toy as entertain for them, and sometimes they can learn something with their toy. For instance, they can learn to play basketball with their ball toys. However, I don't agree with the word many, which indicates that children must have lots of toys to be happy. Giving a lot of toys to children is the same as teaching children to be watchful because they buy a lot of toys. Will bring the orientation of children's happiness. Only lot of toys, not parental involvement in accompanying children to play.
Well, thank you, Agustinus, for your answer. It's good and it's very interesting.
Thank you.